Hello there, I'm Obi Kenobi and welcome to the Firebot V5 tutorial mini-series. This is a 15 plus part series so you can find the information you require fast. Let's go. Welcome to part 2 of the Firebot V5 tutorial series. Today we're going to be looking at the Mixplay board and how to build one within Firebot. So to create a new Mixplay board, you go to create new project, type in your project name, select create. So now you've named and created a Mixplay, you'll see you have scenes, which is going to be, the main is going to be your default scene. It's going to be the front page. Whatever goes here will always be seen first. Then within that you have the controls. So if you want to add buttons, you would click create control, then add one. So we'll go social button, label text box or joystick. So we want a button this time because we want the person to click on it. Then you can drop that straight in, click in this box. If you want to remove it, click it again. Use the widgets to resize, place wherever you need, select the three dots, edit control. Within here, you can rename it, add the actual text on the front, so socials, choose styling options, text size 50, text color of a nice red, accents, border color if you want a nice little square around it, choose let's go with an orange. There we go. Focus color, background color if you want, change the background, simple as this. Horrible. Or if you want an actual background image, you've maybe made one in Photoshop, Paint, GIMP, then you can copy paste the image URL straight into there. Alright, tooltip. So if for some reason the person doesn't know what that means, then you can give them a tooltip. This shows all my social links. The spark cost, how much you want to charge the person for clicking it, 0. Cooldown, so how many times you want to, people clicking that. I always put a 1 second cooldown on just in case. Then you've got a progress bar, so if you want 100%. Other, if you want it enabled or not. Show in chat feed, so it'll show that someone's clicked it. The restrictions for this, so only people that are active in chat can click it. Now you can set that in another setting, which I'll show later. Your channel currency, so if they've got a certain amount or not. Channel progression, what level rank they are. You've got chat messages, so they have to chat so many times before they can start messing with the board. Custom variables, so you can set any kind of variable that checks that against that person. Mixplay, if they've used the board so many times previously, then you can set, so if they've clicked something 10 times previously, then they're allowed to use it. Permissions, that just gives you the user role, which we'll be using. And then view time, so you can set it so if they've watched you for 100 hours, they can now click that. So we'll go to permissions, we'll add permissions, and then click on the arrow next to the roles and select wherever roles you've created, or if not, the mixer standard default ones will be in here. So if you want only pro users, subs, partners, moderators, channel staff, they can click on this. Obviously for the purpose of this, we won't be selecting anybody. We can do single viewer, so only one person can use that button at all. For now, actually, what we'll do is we'll choose only my subscribers can look at my social link. Then you've got an effect. Now before we do this, we need to create a new scene. Click in the plus, select social links, add. Now this will give us a blank scene. So there's your default, that'll be the front page, and then we want this going to there. So you can change it to setup default if you want to. You can rename it at any time, duplicate it, copy, and so forth. So in here we're going to go with Twitter, the button, add that in. That front page, we'll just save that for now, drop it in. Yeah, awesome. We'll just duplicate that quickly. Rename that to Facebook. Save that, drop that in. There we go, happy days. Right, so we've got social links. Now with the social links then you can edit control, go all the way down, new effect, send to chat, and then put your Twitter URL. Here we pick Kenobi, add, save. So now we go back to the main, go to the socials, edit control, go down, new effect, and select change Mixplay scene. This gives you the option to move a single user to the person that clicked the button, move all the viewers that are in that scene, so everybody that's currently looking at the main scene will be moved to the next scene, or move everybody, so no matter what scene they're in, they will get moved to social links. If we move single user, associated viewer, so that's the viewer who pressed the button, custom viewer, so you can just have it so you set it, no matter who clicks it, that person gets moved over, but we'll have it associated. And then new scene, social links, add, save that. So now on the Mixplay board, when I click that, it will move me to here, right? And then we've added the URL in as a button, so now when I click that, it will paste in chat my URL for Twitter. Now you need to give them a way to get back to the previous scene, so simply create a back button, add button, edit control, edit, new effect, change Mixplay, single viewer, and go back to main, add, save. So that puts them back there. So now we have a way of getting back and forth between these scenes. Now next, I'm going to show you how to add another scene. Let's say you want to add some pictures, some GIFs, some videos of some sort. We'll call it, say, a Sparks dump. You want to add some stuff that people are going to spend their Sparks on. So let's have a music video or something, or just video, awesome. Add a button, edit control, button text, clickbait, tooltip. This is awesome video. Spark cost, crazy. Cooldown, let's do 2 minutes. Progress bar, 100%. Restrictions, anybody can click it because we want all the sparks. No restrictions there. Add effect, and then again, you've got so many effects in here, but we want play video. Pick one, local video, or straight YouTube. If you want a YouTube video just to play straight through, we'll go with a local video. We'll choose the file, video, ride back screen. How many seconds? Well, it's 5 minutes 9. We'll just play 10 seconds of it. The volume, you want it looping, standard. How big your video you want. It'll automatically set ratio unless you untick it. The fading options, and then the overlay instance. Now I've got a default overlay, and there is many more, and I'll show you how to create them in a later video. For now, we'll add it on the default, add, and save. Don't forget to drop it in. Video, awesome. And then we're gonna create a new button for an image. Show image, add that, edit, image, spark 20, cooldown 60. Showing, I'm going to show that someone's clicked it. Get rid of them trolls. And then we're going to go to show image. Choose the file. I'm going to show a crybaby. Now, you do have a random folder. If you wanted to do that, then you can choose the folder. And what it'll do is it will, when it's pressed, it will randomly choose something from there. So you could have a whole lot of GIFs. Choose the image size, how many seconds you want it on the screen, and then default again. So for the purposes of this, we're just going to go local. Say it's 500 by 500. We're on it for 5 seconds. Add. Save that. drop that on. So now we got a video, an image. So as you can see, it's pretty powerful stuff. There's a lot of options to do. So let's add some labels. And we want media, add, edit control, copy what the label text is, styling options, give it a color, text size 50, a big, mind you, it'll change, bold, italic, underline, and enabled. Drop that in. So next, we want to see what this looks like. Now, previously, you used to have to go back to your Mixplay and refresh it all the time. Press save, refresh, press save. But on this section now, you've got on the tools, you've got preview mode, which you can work within preview mode anyway. And I fully recommend it. As you can see how it looks and how it will look on your mixer page as you're working. You've also got, if you're not in preview mode, you can add a center line, so you can line it all up like so. You can remove all the controls from the scene from each type. So remember, you've got a large grid, medium grid, so that's for tablets, and then you've got small grid for phones. So you do need to remember that each one of these that you do add, you need to add to each scene respectively. So this was what it'll look like on a tablet. Then on a mobile, add to PC. Next, we're going to add text box. And this is a way for your viewers to actually type something in. Now you can set this to suggestions. For instance, add that. Go into the controls, placeholder, suggestions. Have it on multi-line. Show a submit button. Have this submit suggestions. Spark cost. How much you want to charge them for making one? You can say 0. How many times? 60 seconds. You can show in chat feed if you want to show that who made a suggestion. Go down to effects, add effect, write to file, choose the file. So either if you've got one set up, or right click, new, make a text document, select it, open, append to add to it, and then the variable, type in text, hit plus, and add. That should write to the file, save. Add that in. Big as you want it. Now cooldown groups can be very, especially for these stuff, because you can have a cooldown set within it, or you can set a cooldown group. So if you have a new cooldown group, we'll call it media. So all the media goes, say a 2-minute overall, no matter what's clicked, and then select all your things, so show image, video, awesome, and then save them, and then anything that is clicked, that's clicked, these two both get a cooldown of 120, so you don't click that and click that quick and then get all the same stuff. Now don't forget, we need to select a back button, but we know we've already got one, which is here. We just edit that. We didn't actually type. Now, instead of just making a new button on each one, if you want to save some time, you can copy the control, go back to the spark stump, paste control, add it in. There you go. Now, back button should send us automatically to the main board. Done. Easy. So next, I'm going to show you if you want some scenes just for moderators. So back on the main, I'm going to create a new control called mods only. Add the button, add it in, drop it somewhere over here, edit control, So we want button text, add restrictions, permissions, add permissions, let they're all for moderators, channel editors, stream. Then go to new effect, and we're going to go change Mixplay scene, single viewer, main, moderators, add, save. So then they're in here. Now before we start, let's get our back button quickly. So copy and paste this in. There you go. And it goes to the position that you previously put. So now we're going to create a button that toggles the Mixplay off. So if you're playing a BR and people are clicking buttons and you just need some quiet time, you can have your moderators turn it on and off. So to do that, we'll create a button. Plus sign. On. Off. Add. Click the button. Edit. Control. For sake of purposes, we'll just ignore all the settings. And then we'll go to trigger. You can set this again to permissions and mods only, but you shouldn't need to because this is in a mod only section anyway. But for the sake of habits, new effect, and then in the effect you want to select toggle connection, Mixplay, add, and save. Now they can turn this on and off. So now I'm going to show you the purpose of moving everybody to a new scene. So say we want another board. We want two different boards. Myself, I have a horror board as well as a normal board. So we create a new scene and we'll call it horror. Add that in. On that scene, let's say we want all the same front. So let's copy this. Paste that in. And mods only. Copy that. Paste that in. But then we want it to look like a new board, so we're going to have a horror. Edit control. Paste that in. Have it set to, well, we need another new scene called horror board. Save that. We got horror board. And then go back to edit control. Have it so it moves single viewer to the horror board. Add. Save. Drop that on. Now we have a horror board on a different, it looks like main, but it isn't. It's the horror. So now we want, go back to moderators. Say you suddenly decided to switch games, you've gone to a horror game and your moderator goes, right, let's put all the horror board on. So you would go create button for switch to horror. Add that in, edit control, paste in. And then on the new effect, you'll want to go to change Mixplay scene, move all viewers, no matter where they are on your board, to horror. Add that and save that. Click that on. So now you have a button that a moderator can use, and it'll switch the viewers to here. So it look like the whole new board, even though it's part of the same board, it'll look like a whole new board. And it's nice and quickly created. Doesn't really take a lot to do. And with the copy and paste, and with all the positioning automatically there in the code, it's super easy. Another cool trick you can do is you can create a button that can be activated by someone and it will run a command. So if you've already created commands, which we'll go in the next tutorial, you can then add button to command and add that so you know what it's doing. Edit, control, put wherever you want on, cooldowns, who can press it, who can do what, and then the effect. So on the effect, you want to select run command. On this, you can then select donate, add that, save that. So now you've got a button that you can add in that will run the command. So if they didn't know it was exclamation mark sub to bring up your sub command in chat, if they click that, it'll do the same thing. It'll just paste it in. So let's add an image to the buttons. So you want to go to wherever site you have your stored IRLs. Mine's on IVB or image. I'll leave the links in description. Find the image you want, the subs, embed codes, HTML, direct links, viewer links. I go direct links, copy that, go back to your Mixplay, go to the do command, edit control, styling options, paste the URL in, save, and it automatically shows up. Make sure it looks right. Now obviously you want to get rid of the text, edit control, take it out, save, done. Simple as that. It automatically saves. So I'm going to leave the Mixplay to you now. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below, or feel free to hit any of the social links down below and DM me privately. I'll get back to you as fast as I can. And yeah, thank you for watching.